Hello YouTube, it is your boy Dave coming back with another goddamn video. And for today we're going to be just discussing what I'm doing currently because it is interesting. So far I've been messing with the Wii U of all things. Sure, it's a flawed system and sure, not many people like it. However, it is a system with a lot of potential. And I want to try cracking some of that potential out. So, recently I've been experimenting with the ppsspp emulator. It mostly works like any conventional emulator. You just gotta get the files, plop it on a folder, bada bada bada. Works. Ooh, this thing's rough though, I will say. It is a pretty newish emulator, so a lot of it is experimental. Some games will work, like Steambot Chronicles. That actually worked, which surprised me. Some dialogue, some like special dialogue where it has like the colors different, it doesn't show. So it just looks invisible. But aside from that, the audio is good and the controls work, so that's a pretty plus. I wanted to really try this out just to try out, what is it? Street Fighter Alpha 3 Max, since that was always a favorite of mine, favorite version of mine personally. So yeah. The problem, however, comes from the way I'm doing this, because this is going to sound retarded. So to start, we are using the bigger computer I own for mostly just data transfer. We're using this hard drive to transfer the files from here to here because the SD card device, or the little SD card port right here, does not work. Damn you, bird. Yeah, it does not work. So what the biggest problem we're dealing with right now is just trying to get anything to read off here. However, I said fuck that because it does not want to work. It's being so facetious it's not even funny. So instead, what I decided on doing is we use this smaller computer. This is a Windows XP, HP Mini from like the mid to early 2000s. It's not the best computer for anything, but file transferring, that's where it's like its best thing is, because everything on here works. Like the USB works, the SD card works. So I'm using this as like a transfer hub for this computer, if you can believe it. So yeah, there's a lot of convoluted bullshit I'm doing, and I probably could be doing it in a simpler fashion. But for me, I guess this is the only real way I can do it, aside from maybe using a Chrome, like a box or something, just to move the files separately or something. But yeah. The biggest problem with doing this sort of emulation mostly stems from the fact that you're like it's barely been looked at. So there's no real, because like with something like the PS, there's a N64 emulator. What is it called? Like Project 64 or something for like the Wii or whatever. With that emulator, there's been enough analysis and all that. There's been enough people trying it out and taking a look at it to actually know what the fuck's wrong with it and what games will work and what games won't work. With this, there's nothing like that. So instead, it's mostly just going in blind and just watching YouTube videos of people playing the thing just to see, oh, this game works. Like with Ridge Racer 2, which some rando was playing it off like a video he was recording, and it worked. So yeah, me personally, holy shit, that is loud. Yeah, just to show you some of the games that we have currently, just for in interests, while some other games install. I'm just going to lower down that volume. Jesus Christ. Just to showcase what we're working with, or perhaps what we're going to be fucking around with. Well, might as well just show you this TV. Yeah, just to show you. We got mostly just the standard stuff, homebrew channel, but really the ppsspp is the thing that we wish to discuss about. That damn bird. But yeah, let me just sit in a better spot. You know, I could just show it from here, honestly. No one really make a difference, since we're mostly just discussing the games. But yeah, out of the 6 games I downloaded onto the SD card, only about 2 work. I mean, they all boot up and they all get to the menu, but trying to fully play these games, half of them will not work. Examples include Phantasy Star 2. All dialogue is non-existent. The game churns regardless of the frame rate you speed it up to. Space Invaders Extreme, regardless of the fact of it only taking up 78 megabytes. The backgrounds are so phonetic and they're so colorful and all that, that actually slows the game down regardless. regardless of what speed you put it at, it'll always be slow, which fucking kills me. Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi Tag Team is a game that will show the loading and saving icons, and will proceed to hit you with a black screen. So yeah, Steambot surprised me because it actually loads up when you use it. And then Flat Out Head On does literally nothing. It will boot up to the main screen, play some music, show a 3D model of a car. You should tell immediately when you go into the car select screen that it shows it no cars, and when you get into a race, the entire screen just turns into a void with the background elements being just there. And this, I believe, is... No, yeah, Driver 76. Driver 76 has the same problems as Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi. You can go through the menu as soon as you press start, the game crashes. So yeah, there's a lot of problems with this simulator. That's very much apparent. So I'm gonna have to figure out ways to either get a better version of this emulator, because it is 1.5.4, but still. At this point, I feel like there is a lot of improvements that can be done to this emulator. Anywho, see ya.